Greetings, everyone. Today, we are very excited to bring to you the National Capital Giant Barbecue Battle virtual experience with the Junior Chef Competition. My name is Emily Detwiler, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Kansas City Barbecue Society. We are the world's largest grilling and smoking organization and have been pleased to partner with the Giant Barbecue Battle over the last several years on bringing their competition to life, both on Pennsylvania Avenue and virtually for the last 2 years. I'm pleased to have with me today as well, Dave Johnson and John Walton. Dave, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, listen, thanks for having me back. I am Dave Johnson. I'm the voice of the Washington Wizards, about to enter my 26th season. And, I'm a native of this area of Washington, D.C. And I think what needs to be understood is that Giant National Capital Barbecue has become such a fabric of our city. We're doing virtually and continuing the tradition. And I think about all the game-winning shots and big games I've called, but I've been stressing over this for weeks now because of the passion these contestants put in to their beautiful pieces of work, really, even though they're food items. And I'm so hungry and I'm so ready to get started because maybe we can eat after this.
Fantastic. Yes, I think we are all going to leave here inspired and to go and get our grills and smokers out and get cooking, which is definitely the inspiration for this summer. John Walton, please introduce yourself for us.
Well, thanks, Emily. I'm John Walton. For the last 10 years, I have been the radio voice of the Washington Capitals. I've been a big fan of food for a long time, so this is always a very exciting thing for me. Barbecue is right up my alley. It always has been. And to be able to see some of these recipes that have been crafted and young and up-and-coming chefs who no doubt will be working in restaurants and plying their trade and doing wonderful things moving forward. I'm looking forward to all of that. And much like Dave, we always seem to do this in the middle of the day right before we eat. So we'll no doubt be ready to chow down when this is all over.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining with me today to do this. We have had a tremendous amount of fun working with the junior chefs, working with the DC Department of Recs and Recreation, Giant Stores, obviously, the Giant Barbecue Battle folks, just a tremendous group of people really working hard to help these junior chefs shine. Today, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about some of the entries that we have seen in our DPR Cookery 202 and Giant Barbecue Battle Junior Chef Competition. I do want to share that the first round of the competition actually took place virtually through our online People's Choice. So each of our great junior chefs had a chance to submit their grilling and smoking recipes, and they've already been voted on by their peers. And so today we're going to be reviewing the finalists from all of these fantastic dishes. The other thing to point out is that all of these entrants are recipes and dishes that were of their own creation. So such a great joy to see these junior chefs really putting their best foot forward. The other thing that we'll talk about is the fact that judging this year is a little different than what we've done in years past. So in this, our second round of judging, our celebrity judges are going to be looking at relevance. How relevant is the dish to the barbecue theme of the overall contest and the appeal of the recipe? The second piece is creativity. Is the recipe exciting? Does it look like the entrant had a fun time making that entry? And then third, preparation. How easy is it to prepare? Is that recipe practical? Meaning something like, does it not necessarily require special cookware or ingredients? How easy could a junior chef create this? So let's move right on into the categories. We did have, or the entrants, excuse me. We had several different categories for this contest. So there was chicken, there was beef, vegetarian, and ribs. And we had some great entrants from each, but you'll see there's some themes throughout as we go. So let's move on to our first dish. And Dave, I'll let you kind of share some of your thoughts first. The first entry that we have here in our finalists is Ellie, and her dish is called the World-Changing Chicken Barbecue.
Well, and let me tell you something, and I looked at the rules several times, and there's not a specific category for smile, but if there was, Ellie would get that. But part of the judging was, did you enjoy the preparation and the experience? So, it's great to be judging joy. And I think that's what we're judging here, the world-changing chicken barbecue. But what's the old saying that you should always go with your gut reaction? Pardon the pun, please pardon the pun. Well, I went with my gut reaction on this one. The first thing I thought of when I saw this recipe and went over it is I'll take two. And you know what? It is also so simple. I can just tell that, hey, this is something I could do. So that certainly energized me. And just well done, Ellie, and just keep smiling and keep creating.
Fantastic. John, share your thoughts about Ellie's world-changing chicken barbecue.
Well, I would certainly echo Dave's comments on Ellie's smile, and certainly a winning category there without question. When you look at the sandwich itself, I mean, chicken can go so many different ways. And when you see, what is the simplistic part of this, I mean, it's chicken, it's a bun, it's prepared with the spices that are a part of this, and then you're able to take that in a lot of different directions, especially when it comes to barbecue sauce. Truly one of my favorite things. Sometimes it's a hotter, sometimes it's a sweeter, but there's a lot of different ways you could go here. And I think just the simplicity of it makes this a real contender. I love the fact that it's visually appealing. I love the fact that it's easy to put together. And I'll echo Dave too in saying that, hey, listen, if I can put this together, then you've got some simplicity there that is probably needed for folks like Dave and me.
Oh, you guys are humble. I love it. All right, let's move on to Spencer. So Spencer has the delicious chicken sandwich. Again, my mouth is watering. Dave, what about you?
Well, I'm right there with you, mouth watering. And that, looking at Darian's sandwich and experiencing it, it's clearly the delicious chicken sandwich from pardon me, Spencer. I stand corrected, from Spencer, is that's one of those sandwiches where you say, wow, I'll have what he's having or she's having. I want that. And there's so much going on there. And that's where the creativity comes into play. And I can only imagine that Spencer experimented with different combinations to come up with that creation. So again, Spencer, well done. And it's, I think you said it best, Emily. It's mouthwatering. So you want to dive in and truly experience it.
Absolutely. John, what are your thoughts?
Mouthwatering, yeah, and visually appealing too. I think Spencer did a great job of being able to incorporate. You can kind of see where the color really jumps out at you. This is a jam-packed sandwich, and that is my favorite kind of sandwich. So looking at this is something that if I see this on a menu someday, Spencer is a chef at her restaurant. That's something that I think that really would stand out. And I think that, that's a big part of what food is. I mean, it's the taste of it, but it needs to be able to lure you in. And I think this does that.
Absolutely. And as a certified barbecue judge, I would just add that I really enjoy how Spencer showed a variety of different applications. So you can see in the photo on the right, he's got the sandwich perhaps before some of the additional accoutrement, if you will, so that's really showing that variety of how you can apply it. So appealing to different tastes. I love that. Great job, Spencer. All right, we're actually shifting category gears here with the next entry, and this is Madeleine's Portobello mushroom burger in the vegetarian category. Dave, tell us your thoughts about this one.
Well, first of all, what an amazing grill master. So I hope one day we can visit at her house, because look at the command there, and that's part of the presentation that jumped out at me. That she's been doing this a while, and she's been practicing and coming up with various creations. But again, creativity certainly sticks out as we talk about trying to be healthier, as this is in the vegetarian category. And again, while I'm not a certified judge, as looking at the presentation, I'm like, wow, I want to take a bite of her presentation. So I think it's a way to take really simple and healthy items and put them all together and give you that wow experience. So well done. And also let her do all the work, because clearly she's in control.
Absolutely. John, share with us your thoughts.
A lot of color in what you see there. Again, visually very striking. And yeah, she can definitely work that grill. But when you look at the grill too, and you start looking in on what exactly is there's a lot of different ingredients, a lot of health conscious things, and so much emphasis put on that, and rightfully so, in today's society and wanting to eat better. And and live healthier. And this certainly fits that. And I think that when you've got the crusty bread that goes along with it there, this is a winner to me. I like what I see here, and something that is very visually appealing to me.
Agreed. I think Kids Q is one of my favorite events that we see at our nearly 500 barbecue contests that we sanction around the world each year. So it's so satisfying to see her in command of that grill. And I can just taste that portobello mushroom as I look at it on the screen there. I just want to bite right into it. So great job to Madeleine. All right, we're going back to the chicken category here with Felicia and her Not Your Mama's chicken wings. Dave, what do you think about this dish?
Well, I think Felicia, we think about, we certainly, John, you can attest to this. We travel on the road, go from city to city and into Canada, and we definitely try wings at various places because that's just a sport thing to do. And right away, as I saw this, I thought, that's me. Having a beverage and listening to John Walton call Capitals Radio while I have a night off and just enjoying these wings. But it just again, creativity comes into mind, and that's look, a general theme for all these participants, and that's what I love about it. They're everyone's saying, all right, look, how can I make this really come alive? And this is such a simple thing. Chicken wings, we all have them. Sometimes we have too much of them, but it's always a great experience. And right there, you want to experience, because they clearly aren't her mama's or her daddy's or second uncle's chicken wings. They're her chicken wings, and I love the originality, if that's a word.
It sure is. It sure is. All right, John, what do you think looking at Felicia's Not Your Mama's chicken wings?
I think nothing but great things here. I mean, I'm a self-professed wing snob. I absolutely am. I love a wing that is coated in sauce, and I'm with Dave where, this is something that if you're just grabbing something out and about when we're traveling, this is a go-to staple for us. And my standards are pretty high. But when I look at these are off the charts. I mean, you can see I want that sauce just caked in there and doubled over, and you can see it was grilled again after that. This is a fantastic looking array of wings here. And again, I mean, you can tell the excitement and the passion in Felicia here when you see the picture next to, but I'm between her excitement about it, between the wings being, listen, I'm going to eat too many of these, like Dave said, I'm going right at it. I'm not even going to feel bad about it. I want in on these, and I think this is just fantastic. Great work, Felicia. Really, really nice job.
Can I just add one more thing? Just one more thing. And just looking at them, I even had to lick my fingers. So that to me was a true test.
I think I tried to lick my screen. I also love her presentation. She has done such a nice job of really decorating the plate and making it look, wings are always a little bit messy. So I think she's articulated that, but also showed some of the creativity of the sauce and the way she has dressed up the plate. And you can also see just a little bit of the grill marks and the char, not only on the chicken wings, but also on some of the accompanying vegetables. So I definitely want to eat that dish. All right, we're going into the beef category here. Darian and his beef and veggie kebabs. Dave, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, the first thing, just even looking at the dish from Darian, I thought good and healthy. And it's a combination of everything. You're getting your vegetables in there. And you can tell he first of all, in the preparation of the beef, he took a lot of time and then to put that over the bed of rice he did. And also, there's nothing like the experience of a good kebab, because you start with a vegetable that maybe has some tang to it, then you get the beef going, and you get all those flavor juices just having a symphony in your mouth. So I think Darian, again, I just love. I wouldn't know how to put one of these together, and you put it together, and I love the presentation because it just pops out and makes me want to grab one of those.
Absolutely. John, what do you have to add to that?
Well, once you get to symphony in your mouth, I'm going to steal that, by the way. I need to write that down somewhere. That's about as good descriptor as you're going to find. But, this is I think of this as a DC kind of dish, quite frankly, because DC is such a great food town, and there's so many different varieties of food here. And you don't have to go very far in our town to find really good kebabs. And I think this one would stand up right against any of them. So great job, Darian. Again, a mix of color here. You see, there's a lot of popping reds and greens, and you've got the grilled meat alongside. and over the bed that's there. I really like the way it looks. Again, this is something I would have no hesitation wolfing down. I'm a big kebab guy too. I would absolutely be all over this one.
Fantastic. I could see that doing well, not only in a backyard, but also in a food truck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Food truck all the way.
Yes. All right. Well, our last finalist here is Charlie with her beef and asparagus. Let us know what you think about this, Dave.
Well, am I allowed to say she had me at asparagus? I mean, the minute she mentioned that, I mean, it's, I don't know if there's a category for that, but Charlie, you had me at asparagus with I can just see you grilling it and you put it together. And again, that's to me one of my favorite combinations when you somehow integrate asparagus with just well seasoned and well cooked beef. So Charlie, that you've hit a home run with as I mix my sports metaphors, as we're with basketball and hockey, but you get the idea. Charlie has just done a wonderful job of this, but I know it's not very technical voting, but she had me at asparagus.
Fantastic. And John, what are your thoughts?
As we go through all of these and Charlie out and the others that we've seen, I'm so impressed by the presentation. Whereas if this plate came to me in a restaurant in Washington, I would be excited to eat it. And you keep in mind that this, it is a program with kids and up and coming chefs. And boy, they're up and coming really quick when you look at something like this. I think this is a terrific looking dish. I think obviously on the grill, and when you've got the smoke coming to it, I can only imagine how good that would be coming right to your plate there. And alongside the asparagus, I'm good with that too. But I think the beef part for me, I'm a carnivore by nature, so I'm going to be all over that beef, and I'd be up and ready for it. So Charlie, very nice job.
As am I. Well, yes, I think Charlie has done a fantastic job, as have all of our finalists for Giant Barbecue Battle Junior Chef Competition. So we've had a chance to tally our results as we go, and we actually had a tie. So what I'll tell you about our tie-breaking philosophy here in the Junior Chef Competition is we ended up using the percentage of who got the most votes out of the first round in the online People's Choice. So it was a tough call between second and third. So in third place, we've got Ellie with her world-changing chicken barbecue, again, and fantastic smile. Congratulations, Ellie. In second place, we have Spencer with his delicious chicken sandwich. Again, absolutely beautiful presentation. I think we all are ready to go out and eat after looking at this one. And last but not least, in first place, we have Felicia and her Not Your Mama's chicken wings. And I can just imagine the smile on her face when she hears that she has won, because look at how great that smile is. And I think we are all ready to go out and eat some chicken wings.
Well, indeed, and also it's smiles for all of them. Congratulations to everyone that participated. When I think about it, as John and I went over this, we call game-winning shots and game-winning goals, but there's nothing like where you go ahead and put yourself out there, you're creative, and then you're a winner because you see the reaction of everyone that's eating what you work so hard to create. So this is just a wonderful competition, and congratulations to all.
Absolutely. Thank you for those words, Dave. Any final thoughts from you, John?
Yeah, I just think, when you look at the future of food here, and to all the contestants, just a terrific job. This was a really close contest, and anybody could have come out on top here. It was that close. But for Felicia, congratulations on winning. The wings just look absolutely fantastic. And yeah, there is a lot of reward. As someone who likes to poke around in the kitchen a little bit myself, it really is that satisfaction of being able to feed and nourish your family and your friends. And the public at one point, if you're looking at getting into the restaurant business. And just again, congratulations to all here. A lot to be excited about in the food world, and I'm hungry. So is it time to eat yet? Because I'm really, really ready to go now.
It is time to eat. It is time to eat. Well, thank you again to both of you for being our celebrity judges, and also thanks to all of the junior chefs for participating. We certainly encourage all junior chefs to get involved. DC Department of Parks and Rec in their cookery program. Certainly, I can tell you from a KCBS, Kansas City Barbecue Society, we've got competitions all over, whether on the East Coast, all over the country. We're in 35 countries around the world, and we certainly encourage these junior chefs to get out there and show their stuff. So thank you very much for your time, and congratulations to our winners.